Okay, for the next slide, we are talking more on, we're still in data gathering in practice. Okay, this is example. After you understand what is the user needs and establishing requirement, this is part two. Okay, data gathering of for requirements. You can see for interview, people go for prompt, sample scenario of use, and prototype can be used in interview as well. Okay, people can also go for, you can also go for focus group, means that you're going to conduct group interviews and so on. This is another way that use questionnaire. Okay, researching similar product, things like that, and then direct observation, indirect observation, studying documentation, things like this. Okay, this is example of probe package, something that related with data gathering things, the material and things like that. Here's some notes, ethnographic study. These are the tools related with. Okay. Contextual inquiry again. I'm talking about interviews, survey, questionnaires, and things like that. Okay, I want you to read through all of this. Okay, in detail. Just give a very brief idea because too many things to talk about. Okay, for task description, if you remember, after we get the data, we're going to convert them into task descriptions. Okay, that can be based on scenario and use cases. Okay, and the last one is essential use cases, but we focus on scenario first. Okay, what is scenario? A scenario is an informal narrative story, simple, natural, personal, not generalizable. Okay, so this is scenario for travel organizer. Okay, when you get the data, you can see, okay, the first scenario example, the Thompson family enjoy outdoor activities and want to try their hand at sailing this year. There are four family members: Sky, 10 years old, Amon, 15 years old, Claire, 35 years old, and Will, 40 years old. One evening after dinner, they decided to start exploring the possibility. They are gathered around the travel organizer and enter their initial set of requirements. One of them is a sailing trip for 4 novices in Mediterranean. Can you see that? 4 novices in Mediterranean. That's the requirement, the first requirement. The console is designed so that all members of family can interact easily and comfortably with it. The system initially suggests is a flotilla where several crew with various level of experience sail together on the separate boats. Sky and Emmons are not very happy at the idea of going on vacation with a group of other peoples, even though the Thompson, who have their own boat. The travel organizer show them the description of flotilla from other children their age, and they are all very positive. So eventually, everyone agreed to explore flotilla opportunity. We'll confirm this recommendation and ask for detailed option. As it's getting late, he asked for the data to save so everyone can consider them tomorrow. See that? There's a lot of requirement here. One of them is can save, can refer back after after day, you can come back to the system and consider them for tomorrow. The travel organizer emailed them a summary of the different options available. So this is what we call a kind of a scenario for traveler organizer. It means that if you're developing a traveler organizer application, you have to consider the scenario of the customer. Then only you can get it right. Okay, so let's talk about scenario. This is scenario example. And then this is a persona. See, number one, persona. Define who the story is about. The main character has attitude, motivation, goal, and pain point, etc. So the goal of objective here, okay, define what the persona want or need to fulfill. The goal is the motivation of why the persona is taking action. When the goal is reached, the scenario ends. Okay, the scenario itself define when, where, and how the story of the persona take place. The scenario is a narrative that describes how the persona behave as a sequence of events, right? So this is a diagram to show the relationship between persona, goal, and scenario, right? So this is scenario. The persona, the goal is connected each other, right? Okay. So use case for traveler organizer. Okay, after you get the scenario here, right, that based on observation, questionnaire, and so on, right? You know the relationship, and you put it all the scenario into use case for travel organizers. The first one, the system display option for investigation, visa, and vaccination requirement. The user choose the option to find out about visa requirement. The system prompt user for the names of the destination country and a lot more. So we have more than 11, more than 10. Okay. And then you also have to define the alternative courses for traveler organizer. So if they want this, if they don't want this, what they want, something like that. So the alternative courses, if the country name is invalid, the system will display an error message and return to the step number 3. What is step number 3? This one. Okay. If the nationality is invalid, the system display an error message. The system return to step number 6. Go back to number 6. The system prompt the user for her nationality. And number 9, if no information about visa requirement is found, the system display a suitable message, and the system return to step number 1. So this is step number 1. So from here, you're able to convert into here use case and also alternative cost for travel organizer. And then you can convert into use case diagram, for example, travel agent and traveler. You can see two different user. One is travel agent, another one is traveler. All right. So what the traveler can do, identify potential vacation, retrieve visa requirement, retrieve vaccination requirement. What the travel agent can do, update travel details. So this can be visualized through use case diagram. Okay. So this is the things that essential use case for travel organizer. User intention, system responsibility in terms of retrieve visa. See, you can create these kind of things. Okay, after the task descriptions, this is task description that can be converted into scenario use case and essential use case. You have to convert them into what we call hierarchical task analysis. In this case, it's task analysis. What is task analysis? It's task description that often used to envision new system or devices. Okay. Normally people will look into hierarchical. You just put H here, hierarchical task analysis, or in short form we call HTA. Okay, if you type in Google, you can see a lot of HTA has been shared. HTA, okay, maybe different meaning. Hierarchical task analysis. So they give you hierarchical task analysis. There's more than 155,000 result set. Okay, let's see. You see what is hierarchical task analysis from UX Matters. It involves let me see, straight to the point. Okay, this is the hierarchical task analysis. Okay, hierarchical task analysis for ordering a book. First, order book. Number 1. 1.1, locate book. 1.2, add book to the shopping basket. Number 1.3, enter payment detail. Number 1.4, complete address. Number 1.5, confirm order. Similar like Shopee, Lazada, this is a kind of ordering book online. Okay, you can make things similarly. All right. So if we go back to task analysis, this is what the skill that you should know how to do it. And what is task analysis? Is task description are often used to envision new system or devices. Task analysis is used mainly to investigate an existing situation, right? It is important not to focus on superficial activities, what people are trying to achieve, what are they trying to achieve it, how they are going to do about it. Okay, this is hierarchical task analysis in which you're going to have a skill to subdivide all the subtasks. Something like this. Okay, this is hierarchical task analysis. Normally start with 0. Right, so 0 normally reflects to your objective. What is your objective? This objective, order to buy a DVD. So when you propose your topic, you have to understand what is the objective of your proposal, your application, okay, to help user or to buy a DVD, for example. Then locate DVD, step number 1. Step number 2, add DVD. Step number 3, enter payment details. Step number 4, complete address. Step number 5, confirm order. But if something wrong, if regular user, they have to do 1 to 5. 1, 2, 5. But for new user, they have to add a lot of things. Add DVD to a shopping basket, right? Something not 1 to 5, complete address, things like that. This is for new user and this is for regular user. So do 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like all of it. Okay, can you see? There's no connection, straight connection between 0 and the other number, but normally the sequence is important. 0 you have to reserve for the objective of your prototype. This is example. You know how to convert from task analysis, from task description into scenario, and then scenario into use cases, and then converted into task analysis, and then finally you know how to create hierarchical task analysis. So this is the hierarchical task analysis that have a graphic, okay, a box with a number. This is most important thing. You know how to put the number. Number 0 reserved for the objective of your prototype. In this case, buy DVD. And sub number like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is something related with your sub task of your objective. Okay, that's the one related with hierarchical task analysis. Thank you.